Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What if I told you that there's a real possibility, a very real one, that the Packers might be about to make a seismic move that could reshape their offense, and quite frankly, change the entire landscape of the NFC North? Yes, we're talking about the potential trade involving Chris Olave, a young, explosive wide receiver who's been making waves with the New Orleans Saints. And this isn't just some rumor. It's a strategic move that could elevate Green Bay's Super Bowl aspirations to a whole new level. We're going to break down all the details, the implications, and what this could mean for the Packers in the upcoming seasons. Let's start by looking at the current state of the Saints. They're sitting at 2-4, and honestly, their defense has been struggling a lot, giving up an average of 28 points per game. That's a huge concern for any team looking to contend, especially when they're trying to rebuild a roster that can sustain success long-term. The Saints have around $14 million in cap space, which isn't a ton, but enough to make some strategic moves. Their priority right now is rebuilding the offensive line to protect Derek Carr, extend key players like Kamara, and improve their defense, which is giving up nearly 4.7 yards per carry, an alarming number for a team with playoff ambitions. In this context, the Saints are reportedly willing to part ways with Olave, the 25-year-old receiver who's been showing flashes of elite route running and explosive playmaking ability. Now, Olave isn't just any wide receiver. He's a guy with a rare ability to create separation, to be a deep threat, and to add yardage after the catch. Through Week 7 of 2025, Olave has already racked up 42 receptions, 658 yards, and 5 touchdowns. His average of 7 yards per catch and a yards per route run of 2.4 are among the best in the league. His PFF grade of 86.3, EPA per target of plus 0.48, and his YAC average of 5.6 yards make him a game changer. Plus, he's shown the ability to make contested catches at a rate of 55%, and his drop rate is just under 3%. Of course, he suffered a minor ankle injury in Week 3, missing 1 game, but that's not a big concern moving forward given his overall production and athleticism. Olave's career stats are impressive. Nearly 4.0 receiving yards and 22 touchdowns, with over 800 air yards in total. He's been a top 12 receiver in separation, consistently creating space against defenders, and his post-catch explosion adds a significant chunk of yardage, roughly plus 250 yards projected versus current Packers receivers. That's the kind of weapon that can transform an offense, especially one like Green Bay's, which has been looking for that vertical threat to stretch defenses and open up more opportunities for their playmakers. Now, how does this fit into the bigger picture? The Saints, despite their current struggles, are in a rebuilding phase. They're prioritizing getting their offensive line right for Derek Carr, who's been under pressure more often than they'd like, and they're looking to extend Kamara, their versatile back. Their defense, which allows nearly 4.7 yards per rush, is also a concern, and they're probably looking at draft picks and younger talent to rebuild that unit. Olave's contract is also expiring after this season, so it makes sense for the Saints to consider trading him now rather than risk losing him for nothing in free agency. On the other hand, the Packers, sitting at 4-1-1, are in a prime position to capitalize. They've been showing resilience, especially with Jordan Love at quarterback, and they're eager to add more explosive elements to their offense. With Olave, they'd get a true deep threat, someone who can stretch the field, force defenses to respect their passing game, and create mismatches that open up the run game and other passing options. Think about what Olave could do alongside Christian Watson. That duo could be a nightmare for secondaries, especially considering Olave's ability to gain separation and make big plays after the catch. Imagine the impact on Love's efficiency. Currently, Love's EPA per pass is around 0.15, which is decent, but with Olave stretching defenses vertically, that number could jump by over 20%. His yards per game would likely increase from around 230 to close to 290, giving the Packers a much more dynamic passing attack. And in the red zone, Olave's ability to make contested catches and use his speed downfield could lead to a 22% increase in touchdown rate on deep routes. This isn't just about adding a receiver, it's about transforming the entire offense, making it more unpredictable and dangerous. Furthermore, the numbers tell the story. When comparing Olave to the Packers' current top receivers, his yards per route, YAC, and overall PFF grade are superior. His ability to explode after the catch, combined with his route running, would make him a perfect complement to Watson. The Packers have been slightly below average on third down conversions, around 40%. But with Olave on the field, that number could improve significantly, easing the pressure on their offensive line and reducing sacks by approximately 15%. The mismatches created by Olave's speed and route savvy would force defenses into uncomfortable positions, allowing Love to find open receivers more consistently and extend drives. This move could also have a ripple effect on the run game. With Olave stretching the field and forcing safeties back, the Packers could see an increase in play-action effectiveness, boosting their rushing yards and overall offensive efficiency. It's not just about the immediate impact. It's about setting up a sustainable, high-powered attack that can contend deep into the playoffs. And let's not forget the psychological boost for the team and fans. Adding a player like Olave signals that Green Bay is serious about winning now, about competing for titles, and about not settling for mediocrity. Now, the implications for the NFC North are huge. The Lions are currently leading the division, but with a move like this, the Packers could leapfrog them in the standings and establish themselves as the team to beat. The odds of winning the division, which currently hover around plus 600 with sportsbooks like BetMGM, could see a dramatic improvement. In fact, simulations from Next Gen Stats show that with Olave, the Packers' chances of winning the division increase by roughly 12%. They'd become a legitimate threat in the playoffs, especially against weaker secondaries like those of the Bears, who are allowing over 8 yards per pass. This potential trade also echoes past moves that revitalized franchises. Think back to the trade for DK Metcalf in 2025, which helped the Seahawks surge in the second half of the season, adding over 200 yards per game through the air. Olave could have a similar effect for the Packers, injecting youth, speed, and a new dimension into their offense almost immediately. It's a move that could push Green Bay from a good team to a great one, possibly even establishing a new era of dominance, something that fans have been craving since the days of the Aaron Rodgers era. Of course, there are skeptics. Some say that losing Olave might weaken the Saints' explosiveness, but they're looking at draft picks in 2026 to draft talented cornerbacks or edge rushers, aiming to avoid a prolonged rebuild like the Falcons experienced in 2023. The Saints are betting on their ability to develop young talent and build a more balanced team, even if it means parting ways with a key piece like Olave. For the Packers, this is about maximizing their window. Jordan Love has shown promise, and with the right weapons, he can elevate his game even further. Olave's presence would take some pressure off Watson and the running game, giving the entire offense more versatility. And with a defense that ranks in the top 8 according to PFF, Green Bay could become an even more complete team, pushing their record toward 12-5 or better and making a serious push deep into the playoffs. Looking ahead, the Super Bowl odds reflect this potential shift. With Olave, the Packers' chances of winning Super Bowl LXI could drop from plus 1,200 to around plus 600, transforming them from a dark horse into a real contender. In simulations, their probability of beating division rivals like the Lions increases, and their matchup against weaker secondary teams like the Bears gets even more favorable. It's the kind of move that can turn a team's destiny around, and fans should be excited about what this could mean for the future. So in summary, this rumored trade isn't just about swapping a player. It's about a franchise making a bold statement about pushing their chips in for a shot at glory. Olave could be the catalyst that propels the Green Bay Packers into a new era of excellence, a new dynasty built on speed, skill, and strategic brilliance. For the Saints, it's a strategic rebuild, a chance to gather draft capital and young talent to sustain success for years to come. And for the NFC North, well, it's about to get a whole lot more competitive. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Olave is the perfect fit to elevate this team and push them toward another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. We're on this journey together, and with moves like these, the future looks incredibly bright. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Pack Go.